Hello, story lovers. Daisy and I are going to read a story today called Science Verse by John Skiska and Lane Smith. And this is especially for a very important guy I know named Eli. Hi, Eli. Hi, Ollie. Hi, Luca. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Jana. Hi, Goldie. Hi, Coco. Hi, Rose. Hi, Teddy. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Sadie. Okay, hope I said hi to everybody. And I hope you like this story. You're going to like it, huh? Because you love science, right? Yeah. On Wednesday in science class, Mr. Newton says, "You know, if you listen closely enough, you can hear the poetry of science in everything." I listen closely. On Thursday, I start hearing the poetry. In fact, I start hearing everything as a science poem. Mr. Newton has zapped me with a curse of the science verse. A curse of science verse. Mr. Newton sounds a lot like a teacher I know named Mr. Lyman. Any of you know him? Here's the picture of all the children sitting in class thinking, and one of them gets zapped with a curse of science verse. And this is what he starts doing. He starts writing poems. Evolution. Glory, glory, evolution. Darwin found us a solution. Your mama is that shape and your knuckles always scrape 'cause grandpa was an ape. I kid you not. That's really what it says. Yeah. Water cycle. It's raining, it's pouring, for H2O it's boring. Precipitation, evaporation, precipitation, evaporation, precipitation, evaporation, evening, night, and morning. Oh, here's the picture. See, there's precipitation and evaporation. Yep. The water cycle. It's boring. Lovely. I think that I have never seen a poem ugly as a spleen. A poem that could make you shiver like 3.5 pounds of liver. A poem to make you lose your lunch, tie your intestines in a bunch. A poem all gray, wet, and swollen like a stomach or a colon. Something like your kidney, lung, pancreas, bladder, even tongue. Why are you turning green, good buddy? It's just human body study. Oh my gosh. And there's the picture. There's the picture, Eli. What do you think? This next one is titled Twink. Twinkleest, twinkleest spot of black in the starry zodiac, sucking in all matter and light, turning sunshine into night. Twinkleest, twinkleest, lost control. Now we're trapped in the black hole. There's really no illustration. It's just all black. But as you read the poem, it fades out. Very clever, John and Lane, who wrote this. They are so funny. Dinosaur. Once in first grade, I was napping when I heard a scary yapping. Frightful word, worse than a slapping, worse than 20 T-Rex roars. Said our teacher, heartless creature, my class, you know, always explores 10 full weeks of dinosaurs. Pterodactyl, stegosaurus, on and on, the same old chorus, elementary stuff to bore us. No more, we beg, she ignores. Yes, she smiles, they were reptiles. Then lock the windows, bolt the doors. Don't you just love dinosaurs? Let's see. There's the illustration. Do you see how she spelled dinosaur? That was someone who got very tired of hearing about dinosaurs. I can relate to this person because I had a brother who talked about dinosaurs nonstop. He later became a paleontologist and a science teacher. He's the Mr. Lyman I speak of. You know what's cool about my brother? Now I'm the Grammy who knows everything there is to know about dinosaurs. And my grandkids think I'm pretty cool. Okay, back to the book. Every year the scene repeated, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and we greeted with that torture just completed. Yes, we've heard of carnivores. Still the teacher changed no features, still spoke those words that gave brain sores. This year's topic, dinosaurs. It's still a mystery, scientists say, why the dinosaur went away. But I know why they couldn't stay, and it wasn't meteors. It was creatures, yes, those teachers who did the work of 50 wars and bored to death dinosaurs. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the cause of the dinosaur extinction were teachers who talked too much about dinosaurs. What do you think? That's pretty funny, huh? Food chain. I've been working in the food chain all the livelong day. In the middle of the food chain, I've got no time to play. Can't you see the green plants growing? That's energy, okay. Consumer eats up the producer. Predator eats the prey. Who's for lunch today? Who's for lunch today? Don't you just wonder who's for lunch today? Predator or prey? Predator or prey? Eat or be eaten. That's the only way. Oh my gosh, that was bad. Are you predator or prey? You're predator today. Okay, see? Okay, here's where we start. Here's all the illustrations for the food chain. Do you know where humans are in the food chain? Are we at the top or the bottom or in the middle? You're right. We're kind of close to the top, but we're also in the middle. Because of scary wolves. Yes, thank you. Okay. Gooble Gookie. 'Twas fructose and the vitamins did zinc and dye red number 8. All poly were the thiamines and the carbohydrate. Beware the gobblegook, my son, the flavorings, the added C. Beware the serving size and shun the dreaded BHT. And as in folic thought I stood, the gobblegook with eyes nitrate, came gluten through the dextrose wood, its extracts carbonate. Oh, can you slay the gobblegook? Polyunsaturated boy, 3,000 calories, don't look, the sugars, fats, oh soy. 'Twas fructose and the vitamins, did zinc and dye red number 8, all poly were the thiamines and the carbohydrate. Okay, that's the gobblegookie. That's a monster made out of preservatives, artificial flavorings and colorings, like me. Yep. Why scientists don't write nursery rhymes. Hey diddle diddle, what kind of riddle is this nature of light? Sometimes it's a wave, other times particle, but which answer will be marked right? Mary had a little worm, she thought it was a chigger, but everything that Mary ate only made it bigger. It came with her to school one day and gave the kids a fright, especially when the teacher said, now that's a parasite. Okay, yeah. Okay, here's the hey diddle diddle one, and here's the Mary had a little worm. Oh my gosh. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jump over the combustion reaction of O2 plus heat plus fuel to form CO2 plus light plus heat plus exhaust. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bug, tick or louse suck blood from you, hatch its eggs, and then develop the larvae on you, all right? Okay, there's Jack be nimble, and there's the don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay. Scientific method at the bat. The outlook wasn't brilliant for my experiment that day. The only way to graduate was to come up with an A. So when my lab exploded and turned to blackish gunk, my chance of passing anything went Titanic, sunk. I sat and sadly watched the clock, cursed to be alive. It would take a miracle, no, make that 2, to get me to grade 5. Then I had a brainstorm, an idea so terrific. I just had to use those words from the method scientific. I grab my pen and get to work. You should see my look. I slowly write hypothesis, observation in my book. And now the class bell rings, and now I lose or win. With one mighty plop, I hand my lab book in. Oh, somewhere in some science class, hypotheses are made, experiments are conducted, kids give up a grade. Somewhere conclusions are concluded without a bit of doubt. But there is no joy in this lab. My results got me flunked out. And there's the illustration of the test tube bubbling. Skeletal study. There once was a man of science, not one of your mental giants. He decided to settle the question, does metal fix an electric appliance? Okay, there he is, fixing an electric appliance, still plugged in with a fork. You're it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a virus, watch it grow. Once it's got you, it won't go. Eeny, meeny, my. Oh, no. There's the virus that got him. Looks a little bit like COVID-19, maybe. Minnehaha, or the atomic joke is on you. Okay. From the shiny big sea water to the trees near Gitchgumi, everything is made of atoms, tiny things that you cannot see. Although I have just one small question, and I don't ask just to blame them, scientists can't see these things, so how the heck can they name them? Nucleus, they call the center, made of parts that they call protons, and more itty-bitty pieces, go ahead and call them neutrons, flavored quarks, electrons, bosons. Things could hardly get more doofy. I say we think up our own names, but let's make them way more goofy. Let us call the proton Wawa, the electron Manomanimini. Call the neutron, though we know not. Who will know? They're so teeny. Yes, then let us call the atom something new like Hiawatha. That will be our really small joke. That will be our Minnehaha. Okay. And these are, Wawa is the wild goose. Mohanoni is wild rye. Okay, these are all Polynesian words. Who knew? And there he is. There he is sailing along in a pile of atoms like the rest of us. What's the matter? Miss Lucy had some matter. She didn't know its state. She only had 3 choices, so tried to get it straight. She thought it could be liquid, quite possibly a gas, and if it wasn't solid, well, call me sassafras. Miss Lucy called the plumber. Miss Lucy called the cop. Miss Lucy called the egghead with the perfectly bald top. Liquid, said the plumber. Solid, said the cop. Gas, said the egghead with the perfectly bald, bald. Top. And that wasn't one of his best, or her. I'm not sure. Do you think John wrote the poetry and Lane did the illustrations, or the other way around? I don't know. It'd be fun to find out. The Senseless Lab of Professor Revere. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of how loud noises go in your ear. And look, my youngsters, bright lights will be the way you figure on how you see and feel, my students. Is that too much? With gopher guts, you learn about touch and chew, my kiddies. Oh, what a waste. That frog eye stew was for you to taste and sniff, my scientists. Ain't it just swell how 10-year-old cheese demonstrates smell? Ah, so those are your senses. Class is done. Next week, diseases. Won't that be fun? Yeah, there's Professor Revere in the Senseless Lab. We're almost done. Thanks for hanging in there. Amoeba. Don't even tease a wee amoeba by calling him a her amoeba, and don't call her a he amoeba, or never he a she amoeba, because whether his or hers amoeba, they too feel like you and amoeba. Okay, that's really, really tiny writing at the bottom of the page. That's the amoeba. Changes. I'm a little mealworm, short and wiggly. Here's my antenna, cute and jiggly. Now I am a pupa, squat and white. How did this happen? I'm a sight. Now I'm a beetle. What is this? I really hate metamorphosis. See, there he is. Yep, growing up. Changes, that was what that was called. This one is titled, 'Twas the Night. You ready? Okay. 'Twas the night before anything, and all through deep space, nothing existed, time, matter, or place. No stockings, no chimneys, it was hotter than hot. Everything was compressed in one very dense dot. When out of the nothing there appeared with a clatter a fat guy with reindeer and something the matter. His nose was all runny, he gave a sick hack. Oh Dasher, oh Dancer, I can't hold it back. He huffed and snuffed and sneezed one achoo, then like 10 jillion volcanoes the universe blew. That dense dot exploded, spewing out stars, Earth, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, and Mars. Helium, hydrogen, the mountains and seas, the chicken, the egg, the birds, and the bees. Yesterday's newspapers, tomorrow's burnt toast, protons and neutrons, your grandma's pork roast. The universe expanded. The guy said with a wheeze, who will ever believe the world started with a sneeze? So let's call it something much grander, all right? Merry Big Bang to all, and to all, gesundheit. Okay, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. Okay, this one's called Astronaut Stopping by a Planet on a Snowy Evening. Which world this is I do not know. It's in our solar system, though. I'm thinking that it might be Mars because it had that reddish glow, but you know it could be Venus. And if that's true, then just between us. It might be wise to leave before any locals might have seen us. Could be Pluto, might be Neptune. Don't they both have more than one moon? I'm running out of oxygen. I'd better figure this out soon. Yes, space is lovely, dark and deep. For one mistake, I now do weep. In science class, I was asleep. In science class, I was asleep. There you go. That's that illustration. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're almost done. Asleep, asleep, it's science class. I am asleep. Whack goes Mr. Newton's pointer on the blackboard, and that, my scientists, is the solar system. Test tomorrow on the planets. Class dismissed. Awake, I wake, I am awake. I'm thinking in regular sentences. I'm not rhyming anymore. I'm cured of my science verse. There he is. Wake up, everybody. The universe is beautiful and life is just great until art class. Then Miss Picasso says, do not think of this as a little art project. Your art project must be your whole life. And there he is. There he is, starting out in art class. Oh my gosh, that was the funniest book. I'm sending it to you, Eli. It's hilarious. Bye. Happy reading.